Once upon a time, there was a king who had a court magician. As the magician grew old, he said to the king, "I have grown old. Please send me a young boy so that I can teach him magic." The king agreed and sent a young man to the magician for training. On his way to the magician, the young man encountered a monk sitting by the road. The young man listened to the monk's teachings and was deeply impressed. It became his routine to stop and listen to the monk on his way to the magician, causing him to arrive late. The magician, annoyed by the delay, beat him. The young man complained to the monk, who advised him, "When you fear the magician, tell him your family detained you. When you fear your family, tell them the magician detained you." One day, a huge beast blocked the road, preventing people from passing. The young man thought, "Today, I will find out if the magician or the monk is superior." He picked up a stone and prayed, "O Allah, if the monk's way is dearer to you than the magician's, let this stone kill the beast so people can pass freely." He threw the stone, killed the beast, and cleared the way. The young man went to the monk and told him what happened. The monk said, "Son, today you are superior to me. Your faith is strong, but be prepared for trials. If you are tested, do not reveal my identity." The young man began to heal the blind, the lepers, and those with various illnesses. When a companion of the king, who had gone blind, heard about the young man, he brought many gifts and said, "If you cure me, all these gifts will be yours." The young man replied, "I do not cure anyone. It is Allah who cures. If you believe in Allah, I will pray for your healing." The man believed in Allah, and Allah restored his sight. He returned to the king and sat by his side as before. The king asked, "Who restored your eyesight?" The man replied, "My Lord." The king was furious and said, "Do you have a Lord other than me?" The man said, "My Lord and your Lord is Allah." The king tortured him until he revealed the young man's identity. The young man was summoned. The king said, "I hear you have become proficient in magic and can cure the blind and the lepers." The young man replied, "I do not cure anyone. It is Allah who cures." The king tortured him until he revealed the monk's identity. The monk was summoned and ordered to renounce his faith. He refused, and the king ordered a saw to be brought. The monk was sawed in half. Then the king's courtier was brought and ordered to renounce his faith. He also refused and was sawed in half. The young man was brought again and ordered to renounce his faith. He refused, and the king handed him over to his courtiers. They were instructed to take him to a mountain and throw him off if he did not renounce his faith. The young man prayed, "O Allah, save me from them in any way you choose." The mountain quaked, and the courtiers fell to their deaths. The young man returned to the king. The king asked, "What happened to your companions?" The young man replied, "Allah saved me from them." The king sent him with other courtiers to be drowned in the sea. The young man prayed, "O Allah, save me from them and their plans." The boat capsized, the courtiers drowned, and the young man returned to the king. The king asked again, "What happened to your companions?" The young man replied, "Allah saved me from them." He then told the king, "You cannot kill me unless you do what I say." The king asked, "What is that?" The young man replied, "Gather the people in an open plain, tie me to a tree, take an arrow from my quiver, say, 'In the name of Allah, the Lord of the young man,' and shoot me. Only then will you be able to kill me." The king did as instructed. He gathered the people, tied the young man to a tree, took an arrow from his quiver. He then placed the arrow in the bow and said, "In the name of Allah, the Lord of the young man," and shot him. The arrow struck the young man's temple, and he died. The people declared, "We believe in the Lord of the young man." The king's courtiers told him, "The very thing you tried to prevent has happened." The people have believed. The king ordered ditches to be dug and filled with fire. He commanded that anyone who refused to renounce their faith be thrown into the fire. The people willingly faced death rather than renounce their faith. A woman hesitated with her child, but the child spoke, "Mother, endure this ordeal, for it is the truth."